Hello. I'm here for real now. The cats are fed. Everything's good to go. I know. I didn't give you the 30 minutes that you requested. Well, let's see. We're 14 minutes past now. I started 5 minutes early. So you got a decent amount. You got like 20 minutes, like nearly 20 minutes of pre-show music. That's pretty decent. All of the music today was from Ben Briggs. So what's up? Oh, let's tweet. Let's do that whole shindig. All those things. Goodness gracious. Guys, I'm so excited to not play something depressing. Wow, it's going to be what a heel turn. Unless this game is I haven't played this game before. Shit, I might be really fucking myself over right now. What if this game is also depressing? I can't do that. There we go. The Dexbonus. Twart. I played the demo a while ago and it seemed chill. Okay. Tight. It looks like a thing that we could be into. To me. Hi, guys. It looks like a thing we could be into. I'm not over the game. I literally DM'd OmoCat being like, what the fuck? No spoilers about the game. I was like, what the fuck was that? And they were like, I'm sorry. Shifted the eyebrow cut. Not in a while. It's been on that eyebrow for a decent amount of time. Yeah, nanny the fuck was that shit? I look fancy? Oh, thank you. I got eyeliner for the first time in 2 years, something like that. And I was like, I wonder if I remember how to do a wing. And spoiler, I don't really. I don't really. But hey, I'll just break out the Scotch tape next time. You can't go wrong with that. Thank you. Thanks. Did you ever show off the new French press? I did not. What's the Scotch tape trick? Oh, you just put tape. You line it up with your lash line and put tape so that it goes like this. And you do it on both sides so that it just like naturally continues the line. And then you put the liquid eyeliner on. If you want cat eyes, you put the liquid eyeliner on and the bottom part will always be perfect. Hacks. It sounds intense. It's just Scotch tape. I'm sure there's somebody out there who's like, no, that's so bad for your eyes. The skin around your eyes, so sensitive, so gentle, so fragile, which I know is true, but. There was a video a long time ago where I took my makeup off with, ow, what the fuck? Where I took my makeup off with coconut oil. Because I had read that was a thing, and it totally worked. And Lucagen, of all people, messaged me and was like, I watched your video. Please don't ever use like a rough anything to rub your eyes ever again. It's very bad for them. And I always think of that. Because I guess Lucagen either used to be a dermatologist or just knows a lot about it. I can't remember which it was. But she was like, don't do that again. Be careful with your eye skin, please. I haven't put on makeup in months. I worry that I'll need to learn to do it again. No, literally, I was like, the last like week, for some reason, I got a bug in my ear to be like, I want to put on some makeup. So the last couple of days I've been wearing just like little bits of makeup, like nothing too, like this isn't super like an extreme amount of effort or makeup. Yeah. And 100%, yeah, bought eyeliner and was like, I don't remember what to do with this. I don't remember how to do this and make it look good at all. So I'm just going to wing it. Unfortunately, it's not too bad. They are not even, but that's fine because guess what? I sit on an angle. I sit on an angle. I'm not like this all the time. I'm on an angle. So it's crazy how thin the skin under your eyes feels. I don't even like touching it. Yeah, it's like much more fragile feeling than the rest of your skin. Is there a reason Dodger does the eyebrow cut? I just think it's neat. Because it's neat. Because I like it. Sisters, not twins. Yes. That's such a thing. Remember, your eyeliner. They're not twins. They're sisters. Mugen inspired. I do like that guy. How's my day been? It's been all right. Yeah, it's been okay. Sam unfortunately wasn't able to go to the dentist today. But I still didn't stream in the afternoon because he's going tomorrow. But I still wasn't able to stream in the afternoon, or rather I chose not to stream in the afternoon because Sam had stayed up all night to make sure that the second that it was open, because I can't make the call for him. So he like stayed up all night till 10:30 or something like that, trying to get through to make the appointment, and was just shattered, like just wiped. So I was like, I'm not going to make Sam get up with Clark when he was just trying to make a dental appointment, right? So since I had already said, I'm not going to stream, I figured I would just still not stream and then stream in the evening. Because why not? I missed a couple of streams. What happened to Sam? An old, like a 17-year-old filling fell out of his mouth. Fell out of one of his teeth. And so he's just got a big gaping hole in one of his teeth right now, which is not ideal. So tomorrow he's going in and he was like, I just know. And this is exactly what happened to me. So I was like, and my dad, this is 100% what happened to my dad, even more so than Sam. But basically Sam was like, I know I'm going to go in there. They're going to look at the filling and fix it. And then be like, by the way, there's a bunch of other shit that needs fixing in here. Which is literally what happened to my dad. So he's just kind of anxious about it, I think. But oh, Thorfinn, it's okay. Thank you for the nice message. I get it. I've been in your position before, so thank you for coming back. I haven't seen a dentist in 7 years. I'm scared to go now and have them be like, yeah, your mouth is effed up. If it makes you feel better, it's been longer for Sam since he's been. It's been a long time since Sam has been. Ads? Oh my God, wait. Opening up the channel points. Opening up the channel points. Oh my God, there is an ad. All right. Lily has redeemed an ad. You all know what to do. Dun, 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 da 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 da. Dum da dum da dum da 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 dum 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 da 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 dum da 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 da. Da 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 da. Great, it's all done. Hope you enjoyed your ad, non-subs. Thank you, Midwinter Lily, for contributing some eyeball money to a good cause. And for making me sing Girl from Ipanema again. My favorite sandwich. There was a sandwich when I was growing up that I still think about all the time because it was so good. It was called the Italian Stallion. Again, remember that I grew up in a very small town. And there was one little shop that made sandwiches that you could go to. And by far the best sandwich there was the Italian Stallion, which tastes a little bit like... One of the reasons that I liked Jersey Mike's so much is because the like Jersey Mike's like do it all up with the oil and the vinegar and like all the lettuce and all that shit. Similar, very similar. And so I really liked Jersey Mike's sandwiches for that. But nothing will ever be exactly like the Italian Stallion. So, yeah, the Italian Stallion is a sandwich that I still think about all the time. If I had to pick a sandwich now, it would be a Reuben. I've been playing so much Final Fantasy XIV. It's like 90% Jesse and your fault. So thank you. It's very good. It's a great game. I'm glad that you're liking it. The more sauerkraut, the better. Ooh, for real. Give me all of that. I love sauerkraut so much. I keep thinking to myself, I really need to have some in the house. I don't know. I assume that it's easy to find here. I just haven't looked for it. But also, I've never tried making my own. I think I should try making my own sauerkraut. Why not? I think I already said this, but when I went to the store, when Sam and I decided we were going to try to make crunch wraps, which again was not like a super success, but still tasted fine. Big improvements can be made. But anyway, finding sour cream was really difficult. There was one tiny little pot of sour cream that I could buy and no other. And it was called soured cream, which made me go, God, I hope this is the same thing. God, I hope this is right. Yeah, I couldn't find sour cream anywhere except for an itty bitty little... Which surprised me because I've definitely seen recipes from here that call for sour cream. I'm like, well, it's used enough that UK recipe creators are like, yeah, just like pop over and get yourself some sour cream. But they don't have Daisy sour cream. In England, no, they do not. Yeah, Reuben, for me, absolutely. Reuben has to be on like some marbled rye or a dark rye bread. Ooh, yes. Sam hates rye. He hates all of the breads I love, which I think is just a cursed situation to be in. I'm like, you know what I love? Just some fresh sourdough and some dark brown rye. And Sam's like, okay. God damn it. Then you get a whole loaf to yourself. Am I gonna eat it that fast though? It's not like I'm devouring bread all the, and like fresh bread, you have to go out of your way to keep that living for a while. Not with that attitude. Fair. Fair enough. Manor Mule, thank you very much for all of the gifted subs. I appreciate it so much. If you were gifted a sub today by anyone so far, double check who it is. Please take the time to say thank you because it's very generous and sweet. Smithen, thank you very much for the 1 year. Happy anniversary to you as well. Thanks so much, guys, and welcome back, all of the resubs. As I've said before, I don't say it often enough, but I should. I prefer if you're like, I would love to donate to Dodger. That's very sweet. I would prefer that instead of donating, you gifted subs because it gives back to the community. People get to have the emotes and all of those sorts of things. I vastly prefer that, even though I get much less of a cut out of the full amount. I would prefer gifted subs to donations always. So. $6.40 gang rise. $6.40 gang rise up. I'm thinking about putting Octo in there so that it's like Octo's $6.40 gang. I feel like it'll be more, even if you still don't get the goof, people will appreciate more being like, oh, it's an Octo thing. Oh, it's an Octo thing. That makes way more sense. Do it? Okay, I'm going to. I'm going to do it right now. Edit. Okay, there we go. It's changed now. Flipper, thank you very much for the gifted subs. Welcome to the Cat Gang, guys. There we go. Is that more clear in terms of like whether or not it's a goof? You only get one? Yeah. Do you see the amount of spam in chat? Yes, you can only do it once per stream. Only once? Only once. You can only rise up once. Very silly. But why? Because of this. Anybody who's watching this on YouTube right now doesn't know. They don't know, but just FYI, VOD viewers, chat is entirely people redeeming Octo's 640 gang rise up. Interspersed with people going, but why is there a limit on it? I don't understand. So much spam you could make a sandwich. I love it. Oh my gosh, and Friendship Jail was and Friendship Jail was redeemed. So you're in emote only mode now. Warner, thank you very much for redeeming Friendship Jail and putting all of us where we belong. And now chat makes less sense, so I'm just gonna chill. What's up, guys? Zero Exact, thank you very much for the gifted subs. I appreciate it. Michael Elobas, thank you very much for the gifted subs as well. Thanks, guys. Welcome to the Cat Gang, everybody. Enjoy your month with us. So silly. So silly. Keller Flame says, for everybody who likes to try making their own food things, and to say that the book Make the Bread, Buy the Butter was incredibly entertaining and informative on that kind of adventure. Oh, Make the Bread, Buy the Butter? It's a book? Make the bread. Oh, buy the butter. What you should cook from scratch to save time and money. So essentially, butter is not worth making on your own. I've been saving up to have Duke sing the post show and it's gone. It's not. It's there. It's there. It's ready to be redeemed. That wasn't 5 minutes. No, we're still adjusting stuff. So it's at 1 minute now. It costs less to redeem it, and it's only 1 minute. So. I'm going to be controversial and say I love egg mayo sandwiches. I also love egg mayo sandwiches. I love tuna mayo. I love egg mayo. I love chickpea mayo. All of it. You know what I haven't done enough, and I really should, is beans in the Instant Pot. One of the like big benefits of a pressure cooker is that instead of having to soak beans all night, if you have dried beans, instead of soaking them all night, you can make them in the pressure cooker in like an hour. And I haven't done it. I'm saying this because I have a bag of dry chickpeas. And I keep thinking to myself, I should really just pop those in the Instant Pot. I just haven't done it. I love chickpea tuna sandwiches. They're great. They're great. Honestly, if you are trying to eat less meat, or if you've realized that there's a bunch of weird shit in tuna cans, because sometimes there is, try making chickpea tuna salad. Do everything the same, except take a can of chickpeas, drain it. If you're fancy and you know you're going to use it, keep the liquid inside. You can use it for stuff like baking, but and then mash up the chickpeas and add them in. Do everything else exactly the same, and it tastes like really close. It's great. Oh, Sam and I used to have a George Foreman. Sam and I used to have a George Foreman when we were in America. We gave it to somebody when we moved, as we did with everything. And just the other day I was like, God, you know what I miss? I really miss our George Foreman. And Sam was like, fuck, I miss our George Foreman too. So we're talking about getting another one. It's basically a panini press. For those of you who are asking, it's essentially it's like almost identical. It's just it's a press that you can use to make meat or press sandwiches. You can make like a really quick grilled cheese with it. So like when I did the experiment on stream once where we froze a bunch of cheese sandwiches to be grilled cheeses. Which, by the way, was awesome. A bunch of people were like, I do not see the point of this. But essentially, we made a bunch of like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and froze them. So essentially made our own Uncrustables, right? And that went totally fine. They were also great. And then I made a bunch of cheese sandwiches and froze those, and whenever we wanted one of those, literally took it direct from frozen and put it on the George Foreman, and we had a grilled cheese in like a minute, which was awesome. So the value that I saw in this was if you ever have bread that's about to go off, if you're like, shoot, I'm not going to use this bread in time. Hey, this connects to the ride conversation. If you're like, I have bread that I don't think I'm going to use in time, make a cheese sandwich or a peanut butter and jelly, pop it in a bag or something, and throw it in the freezer. Literally, you can just like let it unthaw if you just want to eat it like a normal sandwich. You can let it unthaw and it's perfectly fine. It's great. Mm-hmm. Again, no spoilers, but yeah, I think all of us are still thinking about Omori. You can just unthaw bread. I've always been too scared to try it. Literally, I also was like, there's no way that you can just freeze a loaf of bread and take it out and let it thaw and it's still fine. It is though. It is though. So every time we go to the supermarket now, we get this is gonna sound excessive, but we get a lot of bread in this house. We get 3 loaves of bread. 2 of them stay out and 1 of them is frozen. And if we go to the store before we've unfrozen the other one, then that's fine. We'll just get more bread. But if we run out and we're like, I have no bread, just take it out of the freezer and leave it on the counter and it unthaws and it's perfectly fine. My family did not ever freeze bread. No, that was not a thing that I thought you could do and have the bread still be fine. So this was like a totally new thing to me. Sam, but we did put bread in the fridge sometimes to make it last longer. So I was used to putting bread in the fridge sometimes. And then I was talking to Sam and I was like, did you know that some people freeze bread? And Sam was like, yeah, my mom did that my whole life growing up. And I was like, what? Is it still fine? And he was like, yeah. So I tried it and I was shocked, like absolutely shocked. And that was when I was like, wait, so all of those people who make sandwiches and then freeze the sandwiches are totally onto something. I did not even consider doing that because again, I was convinced like the bread must not be the same when it unthaws, but it totally is. And yeah, if you're making a cheese sandwich with the intention of being like, sometimes I just want a grilled cheese. If you have a press of any kind or like a panini press, George Foreman, like anything like that, which I know not all of us are going to. Sam and I don't currently. But you can take it directly from frozen and just put it on the press and press it. And you'll have a grilled cheese. It's incroyable. It's so great. I love it. Sure, a waffle iron. Yeah, just do whatever you want. Me running to try it? Yeah. If I make toast, I just go from freezer directly to the toaster. Oh, I have trouble like separating the slices directly out of the freezer because I've definitely tried. There was one time when Clark was just desperate for toast. And I was like, fuck, we don't have any toast. We don't have any like thawed bread. So I tried to I tried to take it out and separate the slices so that they would thaw faster. And I couldn't get them apart. So I was like, you're going to have to wait. You're just going to have to wait. The toaster has a defrost option. Oh my God. Our toaster definitely has a couple of buttons that I've never looked at. Like, you know, when you recall what something looks like, but you're not sure. It's like the Instant Pot. There's specific buttons on the Instant Pot I use. I can imagine to myself how many buttons are on the Instant Pot. Can I recall what those buttons say? Not really. It's the same with the toaster. The toaster definitely has like 6 buttons on it. No fucking clue what they all are. But if a bunch of you have toasters with defrost buttons, I bet one of them says defrost on it. It would never occur to me to look at buttons on a toaster because it's a toaster. Because it's a toaster. So surely you just use it to toast bread. Right? Yeah, it's the same for me. I put the bread in the hole. I push it down. And then I look at the numbies, right? The little scale with the numbies on it, and I go, is it on the right numbie? And then I walk the fuck away. And that's how I toast shit. I have never looked at those buttons before in my life. You should just put it on high and watch it burn. Here's the thing that I have always had an issue with. If it's set to, if you want just like really anemic toast, right? And you set it to like 1. Occasionally, for whatever reason, our toaster's been set to 1 and I haven't checked it. And then it's popped and I've been like, oh, it's not toasted, right? So how come... How come it can be in there for 1 minute and still be, you know, untanned bread? And then you put it on there again for 1 more minute. You're like, I'm not going to adjust it, but it needs more time. I'll just leave it on 1 minute, right? And you put it back down. How come when it pops out, it's burnt to death? Why is that a thing? It seems unfair. That's fair. That's, you know what? Actually, you're making some good points, chat. It's been preheated already. It's already nice and piping hot in there. And the toast already has had all of the moisture sucked out of it. So it's already crisp when it goes in there. It's ripe for death. When is your cooking TikTok dropping? Rolls up sleeves. I'm ready. I would be like slightly adjacent to that one person on TikTok. Fuck, I can't remember her username. But it's essentially just goes into the kitchen and is like, I'm going to make some fucking soup, and just throws a bunch of shit into a pot and is like, I made soup, it's delicious. It's just like, it's like not helpful at all. It's so funny. It's a very good vibe though, because most of them, you know, are like, I'm going to make something incredible now. Chop, 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 chop. Look at that. This person is like, I don't know, I woke up late and I want soup, so yeah, maybe my last 10 videos have also been soup, but fuck you, it's my life and I'm gonna make more soup. It's just so chill. I love it. That's exactly what I want from my cooking media. It's good, yeah. Dodger cooks toast on TikTok. That would be good. What is the best soup flavor? Soup flavor? I would go, look, I'm not going to go for flavor. I think that there are too many flavors that offer you just sensations beyond reach. However, I will say the superior soup texture, if you just want like a warming soup, is those soups that are like, take half of it out and blend it. Put your immersion blender in there for like 5 seconds. Just blend up half of it. That's the real shit. If a recipe says blend half of it, I'm like, I'm already in. I don't normally eat any of this shit, but I'm in. It's going to be incredible. Is making toast classified as cooking, or is it just toasting? I think that all toasting is cooking. I think anything in which you are putting an ingredient through a transformative experience counts as cooking. Yes, that includes putting milk in a bowl with grains and calling it cereal. Yeah, absolutely. You cooked a thing. You transformed what it was before in order to eat it in a different way. It's cooking. Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Everybody's trying to like undo my statement. Everybody's trying to undo my statement, but I think mentally the idea of if we're going to say, look, you're going to tell me somebody's going to go into a kitchen, they're going to blend up a bunch of shit, they're going to make like a beautiful crust out of like nuts and whatever the fuck, and then they're going to pour this blended cheesy fruity stuff in there and then pop it in the fridge and then have made an incredible no bake cheesecake, and you're going to say, but that person didn't do any baking or cooking. They stood in the kitchen for a while and assembled. No, fuck that. Cooking is like an idea of like what you're doing with food. That's how I feel. But saying toast is cooking, well, where's the ending point? How are you going to determine how much cooking is not cooking anymore? What amount of cooking is too lazy for you? I don't think it matters. Exactly at toast. Boom. Sam's stream died? He like lost internet? I did not. Does that mean I stole the internet from him? Is this my power? I don't say it often, but Dukes' statement makes sense. Thanks. Thank you. Delighted to have you on my side even for a split second. You're a Wi-Fi pirate. If we were on Wi-Fi, I would agree with you. Look, somebody quoted the dictionary and said I'm right, so it's game over for all you folks. It's game over, bitch. I win. Me and the dictionary, we tight. My kitchen smells like garlic. That sounds great. That sounds incredible. I made a fish curry last night. It was like a little hit, a little miss. We ate it all. So, you know, that's good. But we weren't like chomping at the bit to eat it all, you know? We ate it. And a few hours later, Sam was like, I think I'm going to order some Domino's. It was not a satisfying meal, you know? Sometimes you just make a thing and it's a miss. Look, chat called me out. Chat called me out and they were absolutely right. I was talking about how Sam was like, I just want to be healthy enough that I feel okay ordering Domino's more often. And I had said, more often, you already order it all the time. And he said, I only order it about once a week. And I had said on stream, surely once a week is still too often to be ordering pizza. And a bunch of people were like, is it? You know what? Far be it from me. Far be it from me to determine how often is too often to have or order pizza or to have or order takeout. It's fine. It's fine. You know what? If Sam's dream is to have Domino's more than once a week, live your life, boo. Live your life. Like, this is definitely for me at least, this is a byproduct of growing up with like not a whole lot of options around. Pizza was like, we ordered pizza maybe once every few months. And it was like, oh shit, are we getting pizza? I still, as an adult, feel like ordering pizza almost ever feels excessive. like it is not a rarity in this house for there to be pizza around. And every time I see a pizza box, I'm like, again? Again? Another pizza? But Sam just loves pizza. I don't love pizza the way that Sam loves pizza. It's fine. And I think, honestly, yeah, I think that that's one of the reasons that I was like, you know what? It would be so fun for us to make pizza this Wednesday. We're doing it. We're doing it this time. But I had said last week, so every Wednesday is date night for us, right? I had said last week, I want us to make pizza because you love pizza. I love cooking. So let's meet in the middle, right? Let's make a pizza together. And Sam was super down. And unfortunately, I was like, oh shit, the pizza dough that I used to make, I totally forgot. You're supposed to do the prep work ahead of time. I've since then looked and found like many pizza dough recipes that do not require like a bunch of proofing, essentially. So, yeah. So this week we're going to do it. I'm going to make it happen. Pineapple pizza, yay or nay? I love pineapple on pizza. I think people should put whatever the fuck they want on pizza. I put eggplant on pizza, which people find real dumb. But I don't care. I don't typically like eggplant all that much, but I love it like chopped up on pizza. I don't know why. I've never had a banana curry, but I am now allergic to banana. And Sam gags on banana, so I'll probably never know what banana curry is like. But I would try it. You're not missing out. He does what? Gags? Bananas make him want to vomit. If you don't know the word gag. Get allergy meds. I don't like banana enough to bother with that. I have what's called an oral allergy to bananas. The enzymes in bananas make my mouth burn, so I don't eat them anymore. It is an adult onset allergy. It has not affected my life much. I'm not a huge banana person, but you know who is Clark. So we still always have bananas in the house. Clark eats bananas all the time. But hilariously, Sam and I do not eat them. I've had fried bananas. I've had banana bread. If the bananas are cooked, the enzymes, like it changes. like, chemistry. It is different when they're cooked, but it's still not a painless experience. It's just much more palatable. So I can have a little bit of banana bread and be okay, but I can still feel it. I know, chat feels very strongly about bananas. Also, I did establish, again, this is an adult onset allergy. I have had bananas many, many different ways and eaten many bananas in my 33 years of life. I have had this allergy for maybe a year, maybe a little longer, maybe a little less. I honestly don't know. And I can confirm for you, I'm not too hard done by it. I'm not super upset that I can't eat bananas easily anymore. It has not affected my life. It would be different if it was chocolate. I don't give a shit about chocolate. I have never been a chocolate person. You could take chocolate away from me too, and that would be fine. What if it were cheese? I'm lactose intolerant, so. Oh, fuck. More. Come on, let's do more. You're no fun. Cheers. I adore vegetables. For any of you who are like, then what other food is there? Bananas, chocolate, and dairy are all off the menu? Fuck. Might as well die. There's a lot of other foods. I love grains. I love potatoes. I love all vegetables pretty much. Although established as before, eggplant and I aren't always the best of friends. It depends on whether or not it's slimy. Dodger is eating like a Skyrim NPC. Are we doing allergy bingo because I would win? Oh my god, my mom would win allergy bingo immediately. Although for her it's like airborne allergy stuff. I can't think of anything that she might eat that would hurt her. I don't think she's allergic to anything that she could eat, but like pretty much anything that she could sniff the wrong way. This is just as bad news. I don't hate sweet potatoes as much because Clark loves sweet potatoes. So we've cooked a lot of sweet potatoes in this house since having Clark. In our household, maybe I should say, because obviously we've moved a couple of times since having Clark. But I've gotten really used to making like just chopping up sweet potato and making wedges and stuff like that. So oh my god, I have a friend who's allergic to garlic. So yeah, it's wild. Somebody was saying they're allergic to onions and peppers and that it's like impossible because they're in everything. Yeah, I have a friend who anytime she goes anywhere has to be like, I'm very allergic to garlic. Can you tell me what on here doesn't have garlic in it? Which is difficult. Is his friend you because of the vampirism? Oh my god. Speaking of, so Clark and I were doing our Once Upon a Time tonight, and she wanted a story about snakes. So we were talking about snakes, and then she was like, snakes aren't scary. And I was like, no, snakes aren't scary. They're just animals like lots of other animals that we know. She was like, you know what is scary? Vampires. And I was like, that was a turn. But I was like, but Clark, vampires aren't scary either because they can't even get into your house. She was like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah, because you have to invite a vampire in, and you're not, if you see a spooky vampire outside, you're not going to tell them to come in the house, right? And she was like, no. I was like, yeah, me neither. So we're good. Like, you don't need to worry about it. And somehow the conversation turned into vampire snakes. I don't even remember how. Because we were talking about what vampires are scared of. And I was like, well, they don't like garlic very much. And we've got lots of garlic in the house, don't we? And she was like, yeah. For reference, Clark's job with a lot of meals recently has been peeling the garlic. So we put it in a container so she can just do this until the skin is like kind of loosened off of the garlic, and then she opens it and peels the skin off, and she loves it. So I was like, we have lots of garlic, right? And she was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, vampires don't like garlic. They're scared of garlic. And she was like, vampire snakes aren't scared of garlic. I was like, I guess maybe not. Yeah, what are vampire snakes scared of? And she goes, witches. And I was like, oh, why are vampire snakes scared of witches? And she thought for a really long time, and she was like, because of the skeletons. Fair enough. So I have another cryptid to put in the book. Vampire snakes scared of witches because of the skeletons, but are still nice. She really wanted to establish that the vampire snakes are still nice. They're not scary. Normal vampires are scary, but vampire snakes are perfectly fine. Is there a cryptid list? I want to catch up. So far in the book, this is my bullet journal, which we call a quest log here. And I decided that one of the pages in my quest log was going to be called Clarky's Cryptids. And anytime she made up a creature, I was going to write it in the book. So far we have Googie Gaws in here, which are like caterpillar creatures with gemstones for eyes, which I took a picture of this and I put it on Instagram, and somebody messaged me and was like, oh man, she might be a little entomologist, because there's actually a species of moths that are like associated with gemstones somehow. And I was like, what? That's tight as hell. So yeah, we've established Googie Gaws are creatures that essentially, like, they start off as kind of like normal caterpillar creatures, no wings, they just have gemstone eyes, but they attempt to do as many good deeds as possible to ascend and be like guardians or protectors of specific things. So we've told a story about a Googie Gaw that was the protector of ladybugs. There's a Googie Gaw that is the oldest Googie Gaw ever, but we don't know what it is the protector of. It's so old that the color of its body is the number 4. So all I can assume is that this Googie Gaw was created before time and logic existed. And the fully ascended Googie Gaw is named Cinnamon, and it is a gigantic Googie Gaw that watches over the entire forest and is basically like a god of the forest. So anyway, the Googie Gaws have tons of lore. We've told lots of Googie Gaw stories at bedtime. There's a lion called Long Long Lion. I don't know where Long Long Lion is from. I think from space. But Long Long Lion has the ability to use magic to create portals, and used magic to go to the Googie Gaw forest. And then didn't have enough magic to get back. And so there's a whole story with Long Long Lion getting magic back to get home. There are bubble zombies, which are a recent creation. they are zombies that live on the edge of the forest where there's like swamp life. And basically they are birthed from the swamp, but the second that they're alive, their bodies start to turn into bubbles and float away. So they only exist for as long as their bodies manage to stay together. So depending on like the weather, etc., they might not be alive for very long. And so now I can add vampire snakes. So now I can add vampire snakes. Yeah, well, I had said, like, I want to make either... There we go. Either I want to make a book just for Clark for when she's older called Clarky's Cryptids, that has all of these creatures written down, and I want it to mimic like a monster manual. So assuming that she grows up with us, like continuing to play D&D and maybe plays some D&D herself, or any other TTRPG, right? I want it to be a book that has like all of these creatures that she's made up, along with like lore and stats and like ways to integrate them into games if you wanted to, but more just like for the look of it and the fun of it. Because I think that would be really fun when she's older to be like, these are all creatures you made up at bedtime. And yeah, and I think I would want to wait until she was old enough to like understand what it would mean, but I would love to ask her, like, how would you feel about us, like turning this into an actual thing that like people could use and read and stuff. But they're her creations, really. So I don't want to do that unless she's old enough for us to be like, these are things that you made up. Maybe other people could read them and use them and stuff. I'm now obsessed with the Googie Gauze. They're good. They're really good. I actually like them a lot. Ah. Our class in elementary school did a class project of everyone drawing and writing a page of a story. Oh, like you all wrote a story together? That's really cool. I remember in second grade we all had to write, we had one page to write a story on. And it was right after I had moved. As an adult now looking back, I'm like, it was probably just to make me feel like appreciated. But I had moved schools. So I hadn't moved houses, but I had swapped to the like school in the woods that I went to for most of my school life. And it was like right after I had swapped schools, and the teacher assigned this project where we all had to write a story. And I wrote a story, and she was like, wow, what a good story. That's so good. And she like put it up on the wall and left it there for a really long time. And I was like... And yeah, looking back, I'm like, it probably was just fine. But she was like, oh, so glad that you're in my class. Wow, what a good story. Right? It was very cute. Fizzlebuds, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. If we wrote good stories, they would be published in the school newsletter or the end of year book. Oh my gosh. My high school did a thing. It was basically like so the creative writing class and the drama club did like a project together where the creative writing class wrote a bunch of poetry and short stories and things. And then drama club, everybody got to pick one of the short stories that they really like resonated with or thought was cool. So essentially the teacher of the creative writing class like chose a few that that they thought were like exceptional, and gave it to the drama club, and then they all split them up and basically did like a like just like a little weird black box production where everybody wore black. It was very like snaps for applause sort of situation, and they would stand at the front and just like read poetry or read short stories from the creative writing class. It was very cool. Mine was one of them, and I do not remember what it was at all. Yeah, it was a cool little project. I'm trying to remember why I wasn't. Maybe it was like deep dance team season. I can't remember. I was always the person who tried to do like way too many things. So I was on dance team, but I also wanted to be involved in like all of the shows and all of the plays. And I just couldn't. So at a certain point I was like, okay, if it's dance team season, then I'm not going to try to do a show because I can't do both. It's impossible. And so that was probably why. You bleached your hair? Oh, this is grow out. My hair's been bleached. My hair's been bleached for over a year. I think the reason that maybe that's surprising is because I have my hair up so often. So typically if my hair's up, right, you just see brown. So I'm assuming that's probably why. Running school newspaper, worst decision of my life. It was so much stress. Oh my God, I bet. In high school is when I got really into Prince of Tennis. And so I was like, I think I'm going to start playing tennis, which was at the same time as dance team. And I was like, no, it's fine because dance team doesn't start until evening and tennis happens before dance team. So I can just do tennis and then do dance team and it'll be totally fine. Narrator voice, it was not fine. I'm not going to do anything with my hair because we're planning a subathon next week. My first subathon ever to celebrate 10 years on Twitch. And my biggest thing, if we somehow hit 10,000 subs, I will be cutting and dyeing my hair to look the way that it did when I started YouTube. Next month, February, yeah. Oh, sorry, did I say next week? Yeah, next month. Sorry. One Track Mind, thank you very much for all the gifted subs. Welcome to the cat gang, everybody. Be sure to thank One Track Mind if you were gifted a sub just now. Yeah, the fox hair. So it'll be the whole 9 yards because that's a shitload of subs. I was like, I'll do it all. I'll try to cut it the same way. The bleached fronts, the red, the thick bangs. I'll do the whole fucking thing. It'll look ridiculous. Maybe, or maybe it'll be fucking cute. I don't know. But yeah, I'll do it all. I'll keep it for 10 weeks. So 10K subs, 10 years on Twitch. I'll keep the hair for 10 weeks. And then we'll see. Clark will be so bumped. So yeah, that's the plan. How many subs until we have more emote slots? Oh gosh. 2,000? Has your channel been growing? I feel like 2 months ago there were less people in chat. Evening streams tend to have less people. So streams around this time tend to not have as many people as streams earlier in the day. So if you're typically here around this time, that might be part of why. No, honestly, we've been hovering around the same place for a couple years. Which, look, hovering around the same place and fluctuating up or down every now and then, I'll take it. That's great. Honestly. Consistency. Absolutely. I think a lot of us on Twitch get kind of obsessed with chasing growth when consistency is so valuable. Like growing a bit over time is 100% my preference, I think. So yeah, I think anybody going through like if their channel like blows up, right? Like really, like say that next week for whatever reason we suddenly consistently had like 10,000 viewers, right? I wouldn't know how to handle that. The mods wouldn't know how to handle that. The community vibe would completely change. It would shift dramatically. That's not appealing to me. Growth, sure, is appealing to me. Doing things to chase like quick growth is not. So yeah, if I look at my numbers and I'm like, well, we went up a little bit and then we went down and then we went down a little bit, but we came back up. That sort of consistency is like great, excellent. Do you think your YouTube channel would have grown enough to be as stable of a job as Twitch is for you now? I lived off of my YouTube channel for a long time. But unfortunately, the nature of YouTube is your channel could be making money and then they change something about the algorithm and suddenly your videos aren't making any money or even just half of the money, right? There was no stability with YouTube at all. And I really hated editing. And I honestly felt like I was much better at Twitch. So, yeah, that's kind of the long and the short there. But I did live off of it for a while. No offense, but I can see you hating editing. Yeah, it's no fun. It's really fun for some people. It's not fun for me. Can you explain what a subathon is? Oh yeah, I mean it's different for everybody, but the basic concept is like it's literally like the streamer being like, "Hey, my goal here is to get a bunch of subs." Right? But in order for us to do that, I realized that I got to make it worth your while. So we're going to establish a bunch of goals. So like a lot of successful subathons, it's like, you know, every however many subs, something, you know, the viewers get something out of it. Whether it's a futuristic goal, like the hair thing, right? I'm not going to like suddenly die and cut my hair on stream while I'm on the subathon. It would be like, cool, we hit 10,000 subs. That's incredible. So I'm going to get my hair done, right? When I'm able to do so, I'm going to get my hair done. But it can be a combination, which is what I'm aiming for, a combination of like things to happen later and also things during the subathon. It could be anything like green screening your background, putting a bunch of makeup on, like whatever. Just goofy, fun stuff, right? It's meant to be just like a goofy, fun stream with like hijinks and shenanigans happening. And hopefully you get some subs out of it. For some people, they'll do a thing where it's like for every 100 subs, we add a certain number of minutes onto the stream. I turn into an absolute piece of shit around hour 16 that I'm streaming. In the past, when I've done like really long streams, I just get really like, it's not fun for me at a certain point. So I'm gonna say that my limit is like 20 hours. I don't think that I should go beyond that. I think I'll just be a witch and it'll be no fun. So my limit is 20 hours. And yeah. Some people will also, do like 12 hours and then sleep and then do another 12 hours. But that also sounds... How many subs to get you in death metal makeup? Oh, that doesn't take much. I don't know how to do it, which might make it better. Don't be a witch or you'll scare the vampire snakes. You're right. I don't want to scare the vampire snakes. But yeah, so putting together a list of goals right now. Sam is just screaming downstairs. Putting together a list of goals currently. And the only two like big ones that I think we've come up with is Demon Soulmates, which Sam and I, my husband, have done Dark Souls like co-op stuff together and called it Dark Soulmates. Obviously Demon Souls has been like re-released now. So somebody, I can't remember who, was like, maybe do Demon Soulmates. So that's on there. And then cutting my hair. Those are like the two big ones currently. So yeah, if you just want to show up and watch me do a bunch of stupid shit, great. If you want to gift some subs, amazing. But honestly, like, if everybody gets a good laugh out of it and hangs out, I just kind of want to do like a big thing for 10 years. And I've never done a subathon before, so it seems like a good time to do it. It's an intense Rocket League match. Oh, are they doing Rocket League? Dukes, your drawing got me back into drawing my D&D character. I immensely regret playing a Tabaxi Forge cleric. There's so much fur and armor. Yeah. That's great though. Like yes, I'm sure it's very difficult, but try to, if when you're drawing stuff, and again, I've just recently gotten back into drawing, but whenever I've gone to draw something and been like, fuck, I actually have no idea how to do this. The euphoria, the feeling when you like start to get it, even if it still doesn't really look right, the feeling of being like, oh, it's clicking a bit more for me. Amazing. It's great. It feels great. Yeah, Danny did. So, Danny did that cop emote, the one that we use for "I'm sending you to friendship jail." Danny made that cop emote, and we didn't have space for it, so I've never used it. But I still have it. We've just never had a use for it, really. So, do you have any old videos you're really proud of? Oh, I loved the Welcome to the Fandom videos. I was really proud of those. I was really proud of those. I liked making those videos a lot. I still rewatch them sometimes. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they were basically a series of videos that I made where the intention was to make either like teach the viewer something, or introduce them to something and make it like a bit more accessible, or just something like that. And they were fun. They were fun videos. YouTube is really proud of your I have a boyfriend video. Yeah, apparently that's the best video I've ever made. YouTube would agree. You could rewatch old videos during the subathon. Oof. I don't know how long it's been since I watched the Tweaks video, but definitely one of the earlier goals could be just watching the Tweaks video on stream. Yuck. How many subs to recreate it? Oh my god. I wonder if I even could. Not that I don't think I could still do the voice and everything, but I don't... Man. That would be a rough time. I do want to put together... We did this like kind of recently, but I still want to do it. I want to like put all of my favorite Twitch clips into a folder and like go through old Twitch clips. Hi! Everybody say hi, Super Shiggy. How are you? I got a piece of cake, so I'm happy. Oh my god. I was trolling around looking for something to snack on. Me too. Actually, I'm really happy that it was suggested that we have a channel on the Dexbonus Discord. I was really glad that it was suggested to have a channel on there to put stream clips on. That's been super fun. Was there D&D last night? Yeah. Godforged? Yes. Yes, there was. It was pretty tight. The last couple of episodes have been really good, I think, of Godforged. First time catching a stream. Oh, thank you. Australia misses most of them. Hello, good morning. Been amazing watching you and your content grow over the years. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Laura, thank you. If you were gifted a sub by Super Shigi, be sure that you take the time to say thank you. Yeah, I also definitely think that like voices should play an active role in the subathon. The struggle to catch Dukes live is real. I'm sorry, Australia. I didn't mean for it to be this way. Re-singing Guildho. Oh my god. Yeah. It's supposed to be a nostalgia stream, right? So yeah, that would make sense. That would be a good one. How many different D&D campaigns are you doing right now? Me? So I'm in Hours Misdemeanor, and then I'm in Godforged, which is done by my friend Joe. So it's me and my husband, and then Jari and Brebun and Shane Hawk are all the players, and it's super fun. And I play like a really chaotic, like happy-go-lucky rabbit character. It's so fun. It's the opposite of Alis. It is the opposite of Alis. Panzer Logwagon, thank you very much for the gifted subs. 25 of them. Hot damn. Thank you so much. If you were gifted a sub by anybody today, double check who it was. Take the time to say thank you. It's very generous. Thank you so, so much. The anti-Alis. It must be fun to play two opposite characters like that. Yeah, for sure. It's like they're palate cleansers of each other at this point. Maybe this is why every time I play Alis at the start of the at the start of the game, Laura was pointing out that like, so Alis is my misdemeanor character, and misdemeanor is like a found family pirate campaign. It's super fun. And Super Shigi in chat, basically her character Luna is like an older sister sort of relationship with my character Alis, who's a 13-year-old boy who has like a super big attitude problem. And and she was pointing out that like the last 2 or 3 sessions, at the start of the session, almost every time Alis is like punchiness is at 11. Like he's just like a piece of shit at the start of the stream almost every time. So yeah, all of the misdemeanor VODs are on Brett's channel. So I think it's youtube.com/worldofio. You can do !misdemeanor and it's linked. But yeah. I'm so curious what your goblin character was like. Oh, my hobgoblin? Oh my god, I'm actually getting a commission done of her. So she's one of the like patron heroes of IO now. But she was straight up her like I love to have major flaws with my characters. So her big flaw was that she just like saw no point in lying. Like she just had there was no understanding of like a reason to lie or to like soften how she said anything. So she just came off super aggro all the time, but she was very loving, very matronly, right? Or like motherly, I guess. But she was just like a huge ripped hobgoblin fighter, and I loved playing her so much. Just like a super battle axey character. Yeah, and I'm getting a commission done of her right now. I'm really excited because Jossum, who's part of our community and is in chat sometimes, is like an awesome artist who like basically specializes in buff ladies. And I was like, yo, I just really want, look, I've got a buff lady for you if you're down. Super no filter and aggro, but kind-hearted. What a fun character. She was super fun. Super, super fun. Yeah. She very quickly became like mom of the group, but was also like by far stronger than everybody else. So it wasn't like a light touch sort of mother at all. It was like, the fuck are you doing? Get up. Like, let's go kind of thing. It was great. So I just started watching Misdemeanor and I'm loving it. So glad. It's very fun. It just gets wilder. Where can we find the artist? Oh, one sec. They're on hiatus technically right now, but they were like, hey, if you want a thing, just let me know, which was very sweet. This is their Twitter. We're mutuals. We're buds. What's the nail polish you've got on? It's a great shade. Thank you. I just bought it. It's literally right here because I just put it on earlier while Clarky was sleeping. Green Origin is the name of the brand, and the color is called Rock Pool. Vegan company based in the UK. So I don't know where all this is available, but I love the color. I have that one. I wear it all the time. It's super cute. It's super cute. I used to have not this color exactly, like probably quite a bit lighter, a little more green toned. But I was like, I missed that. I loved that color. I should get something similar to that. So I wasn't ready for Omori. None of us were. I was saying at the start of the stream that I messaged OmoCat like, what the fuck? Again, no spoilers. No spoilers. No spoilers in chat at all. But I was like, what the fuck was that? I'm going to be thinking about that ending for weeks. And they were like, I'm sorry. Yeah, the color is called Rock Pool. Are you gonna do the alt endings on stream? No. I'll either, I do want to play it again, and do like a super antisocial run and see what happens. But yeah, but I'm not gonna play it again on stream. It's just exhausting. It is. It's just exhausting. So. Yeah, OmoCat, like the clothing company. They like basically just went underground for like 6 years making this game. It was Kickstarted or Indiegogo'd, I can't remember which. And people were like, "Is this game coming out? Like, was this a scam?" And yeah, they came back and were like, "All right, the game's done. Here you go." And it was great. But has like a laundry list of warnings, definitely for a reason. It was like a very unsettling, interesting, very psychological game. And at the end was like a full-on kind of horrifying game. So yeah, heed the warnings for it, but it turned out to be very good. And as you can tell from people being like, I'm still thinking about that game, it does make you think. And I was talking about that with them too, and they were like, yeah, I kind of like that people feel so different about, like, one person to the next can feel so different about how that game ends. It was like definitely a risk, but I like that people have a lot of varying opinions about how it ended. So, but yeah, no spoilers. I just want to establish, I feel like anytime people are like, so it's good, I should play it, I feel like it's my duty to make it clear, like, the game is very, it's a lot. But yes, I thought it was a very good game. Yes, we're planning on playing more Twin Mirror this week, actually. So I'm not going to say that officially, but we're planning on it. Maybe Friday night. Fingers crossed. So, yeah. Hopefully Jesse and I can make it work. That's the plan.
Me too. I also hope it works out.
Also, Thursday's stream might be later than usual. I was asked to guest on a podcast. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that I'm going to be on it or what podcast it is, so I'm not going to say. But I was asked to be on a podcast, so the only time that they can record it is Thursday, like basically right after Clark goes to bed. So I might be a little late for a study hall stream. There's stuff going on right now, which is wild because it feels like, I don't know, I guess every week there's something, but sometimes when you, if you like get out of the habit of keeping like a to-do list or a journal or anything like that. So like I didn't do a bullet journal last year really at all. But I knew like I definitely want to do one this year, and it's been really nice so far. But I think sometimes when you get back into like keeping a planner, a journal, whatever, you're much more aware. At least for me, I remember things and reference things mentally differently if I'm writing it down physically or if I have something physical to look at, which is why this works so well for me. But I think because I'm writing down what's going on from day to day and like writing down like, oh, on this day I'm doing this, it feels like suddenly there's more going on, which I don't think that there necessarily is. I think it's just writing it down makes me feel like, wow, my life is very full right now. I love my bullet journal. Getting in my head the don't invest too much in prettifying it helped. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. Definitely. Sam and I were talking about the other day, we were talking about like the different ways that we like remember and take in information, specifically when like walking around the house, right? I definitely have the sort of brain where I like almost over categorize things that need to happen in the house. Walking through, I just see a million things that need to get done, and sometimes it really like, if I'm in the wrong frame of mind, it can make it so that I can't think about anything else. I'm just like, fuck, there's all this shit that needs to get done, even if it doesn't need to get done now. I'm like, right? And Sam just doesn't take information in the same way. He like sees things as like big chunks instead of lots of little things. It's just like big things. And we were talking about things that we could do around the house to like remind both of us of things. Little stuff like I want to put like a removable, because we're renters, I want to put like a removable hanger, like a command hanger on the dishwasher, so that if the dishes have been done, I can just hang a little thing on it that's like, this has been run, right? Like, it's clean in here. Empty it, somebody. Because half the time I go to the dishwasher and I'm like, did I run this? I don't remember. And if I open it and everything isn't hot in there anymore, I'm like sniffing plates and shit. Like, is it clean? I'm not sure. I don't remember. Yeah, magnets won't work on it. It's one of those fancy ones that's like meant to look like it's a cupboard. So, yeah, the cute little magnets won't work. But if I put a command hanger on there and just like have like a little laminated sign or something, then that'll work. So stuff like that. Or like when we completely like redid the little laundry corner. There's just buckets there now. One bucket's mine, one bucket's Clark's, one bucket's Sam's. So we can just open it up and be like, yours, 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 yours. We wait until they're full of clothes, and then Sam takes them upstairs and dumps them in the rooms, right? It's just like, just whatever is going to turn it into more of like a, here's the broad task instead of here's all the fiddly little shit that's in the middle. Just talking about stuff like that. The reason that I brought that up though is because like I definitely am the sort of person where if it's like, if visually I can pay more attention to it, or if I can touch it, apps don't work for me. Reminders on my phone don't work for me. Even if I'm having a day where my phone is in my hand the whole time, it might as the second I've written it down in an app, it might as well have vanished. Like it might as well have never been written down. But physical stuff works really well for me. So, One Track Mind, more gifted subs. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Again, if you were gifted a sub just now, be sure that you take the time to say thanks. Not to love you and leave you, but I'm out of coffee, so I'm gonna run and get more coffee really fast and run some ads. For anybody who doesn't know, we have signed an exclusivity thing with Twitch, which is awesome, but it requires me to run ads now. So if you're like, why am I seeing ads recently? Dodger doesn't run ads. I do run ads now. I run quite a few ads now, but we donate all of our ad money every month. I switch up what the charity cause, organization, etc. is each month. So yeah, your eyeball money is going to a good place. I promise. You can do !ad bonus if you want to know where we're donating it this month. But depending on if you're a sub or not, or if you're in a country that's going to show ads or not, either enjoy the music or enjoy the ads. And I'm going to get some coffee real fast, and then we'll come back and maybe we'll talk more. Maybe we'll play a game. I don't know. We'll feel it out. I know, it's a jam. I know, it's a jam. I'm aware. It's good. It's a good swung. That's pretty good. People are getting upset that they can't see the ads. Wait, did some of you see ads? No, no one saw ads. This was happening to JP. JP said that he had an issue where he would run ads, but then no ads would happen. That's not good. One sec. Cool. The music was nice, though. Ads are regional. Yes, they are. But no one seeing ads means the ads aren't working. So it wasn't a multiplayer ad. If you run a multiplayer ad, it literally says, run a multiplayer ad. Phil, oh my god, it feels like it's been forever. Phil, how are you? Is that an ice cream sandwich? No. It's a... Recently, if I see interesting, like, healthy-ish snacks, I'll buy them and I'll put them in Sam's office as, like, things that he can munch on in the middle of the night. I went in there to give him a smooch on the forehead and was like, wait, I want one of those. This is a fruit and nut bar with cranberries and macadamia. Definitely a bunch of coconut on there. It's got some chocolate on the bottom. It's pretty good. And puffed rice, it looks like. It's pretty all right. Shredded coconut is like eating TV static. That's such a funny equation. Does Sam still have an irrational hate of bananas? If by that you mean, do bananas still make him throw up? Yes. Or want to throw up? Yes. Are you going to do some IRL stuff when COVID restrictions lift? Like IRL streams, like out and about streams? Probably not. I've always felt a little more on one side of the fence than the other about doing IRL streams myself. Because I know from doing videos that have shown a split second outside of my window and having people be like, oh, I found your address based on that one split second of footage. I know that while streaming myself somewhere, a bunch of people could be like, oh, I know where they are. It's here. And to avoid people approaching me by myself or me with my family, with me having no control over it, the way that I have control over it is by not streaming when I'm out. So yeah, I don't think that I ever would. Just since I've like had that situation happen before, you know. Has someone ever recognized you and walked up to say hi? Yeah, and I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Will you be at the next CoxCon? If Jesse does a CoxCon in the future, when it's safe and wants me to be there, absolutely, I will be there. How was Clark today? She's asleep now, but she's good. Yeah, we had a really good day. I was telling Sam, I have days where like, because I watch a lot of, not a lot, I shouldn't say that. I have like specific like parent YouTubers that I enjoy watching. They typically specifically focus on food because, you know, so it's a lot of like, hi, I have a family of 12 and this is how I feed them all. Like that sort of shit. I find that really fascinating. But a lot of times it's like a single parent sort of situation, and like they or not a single parent, a like one person is stay at home, right? And I was saying to Sam, there's some days like today where I think to myself, like, if you know, for whatever reason work just imploded, I would be totally fine with being a stay-at-home mom. I think I could totally do that. Just go full like domestic. I could probably do that. You know, get a bunch of fucking chickens and shit. And then there are days like, you know, a few days ago when I was like, God, I just had the worst day with Clark. Then there are days like that where in the middle of it, I'm like, no fucking way. Everyone's a stay-at-home something or other these days. Right, but I guess the point is like when I stream, I get a break, right? I am doing a completely different thing that is not associated with being a mom for 5-6 hours in the middle of the day, and that's really nice. What's the goof with the title? It's the name of a game. If you went full domestic, for some reason I see you going full lumberjack. Yeah. Oh my God. Today I was thinking about how like, so again, when we moved, I gave away all of my tools. I gave away all kinds of stuff, right? And this Under the Stairs project, I was like, it's literally just cutting wood and putting it where I want it and then screwing it in and having hooks on there, right? Like such an easy project, which it is. I keep running into things where I'm like, oh fuck, but I need this. So like I have a handsaw, right? Great. I have the wood. My father-in-law had the wood. So he gave me the wood. Incredible. And then I was like, okay, so I need a saw. So I have the saw now. And then I was like, oh, I need stain. So I got stain and like seal like a sealing varnish, right? Got those two things. And I was like, oh, right, the hooks. Got hooks. And then went to saw it and went, I don't have a way to sand it. So I need to like get sandpaper, right? And I was thinking to myself, it's wild. Like these are all like investments of things that I can use in the future. But when you're starting from a point where you're like, I've got to drill in some drill bits, you forget what it's like to just have no tools again. To just like have nothing like in terms of DIY stuff and just be like, fuck, there's a lot of stuff that goes at like thinking about it from the outside, you're going, it's such an easy project. Like it's super accessible for anybody. But there is like a certain amount, even with a small project like this, and even going down to like the like barest version of things that you need, it's still an investment to like get to a point where you can do even a little project. Same thing happened to me when I moved and I got rid of all my baking stuff. Yeah, you until you need it, you're like, oh fuck, I always had that before. I didn't even consider that I might need to rebuy that. We were sitting on the couch before Sam went to stream and I was like, I think I'm gonna buy myself a thing. And he was like, okay. I was like, I think I'm gonna get a rolling tool cabinet. Because originally when we moved in here, I basically just had a power drill. And now I'm rapidly getting more and more things. And I'm not sure where all of them are at any given moment because they don't have a home. And I think I might just get a tool cabinet. And he was like, great, honey, get a tool cabinet. There's an area in the kitchen where the aga is. So there's like this big stove called an aga, right? And then there's like all of this just space. So I was like, it's not that I think there's anything wrong with having just open space. But if I was gonna get a tool cabinet, that would be a good place to put it. It's right next to a door that goes outside as well. So if I'm like sawing or something, the tools could be right inside and I could still be doing the project outside. And also if Sam needed something, if I need something, it's like a really obvious place for the tools to go. And if they're not there, then we know like somebody fucked up. And I'm not saying that as like a Sam fucked up, but like literally I also leave tools all over the place. Somebody in this house fucked up and didn't put the tools back, right? But currently they literally don't have a home. So. Oh yeah, a level. I realized I was like, oh, I don't have a level. I don't have a stud finder. I don't. And I don't want to go to my father-in-law and be like, here's a laundry list of shit that I know you have, but I do not have. I can afford to buy myself these things. So, and I know I will use them a bunch in the future. So I'm just going to get all of them. It's just obnoxious to be like, and now I'm ready to do this project. Oh, wait. Oh, fuck. No, actually, I'm not. Right. That's another thing I need. Okay. All right. That's fine. I'll do that. And then I'll be ready to do this project. Oh my gosh. Raise your hand if you ever picked up a stud finder and went, it doesn't work. Me? I did that. So basically, here, I'll explain the joke. So basically, a stud finder is the thing that you put against the wall. And once it knows that there's a either wood or something behind the wall, like a stable part of the building, a part of the wall that you can drill into. Studs are good to find for like heavy things that you want to hang, etc. They're not necessary for everything that you want to hang, but like it's really good if it's something heavy. Like you need to be able to find the studs. You need to be sure that it's like locked in, right? So what this thing does is you drag it along the wall, and once it finds a stud, it goes beep. So a classic goof is to pick up the stud finder, click the button, and then rub it on yourself and be like, it's not beeping. I guess it doesn't work. Because you're a stud. So there you go. You're welcome. That's the joke. And if you're ever around somebody with a stud finder, feel free to make that joke because I bet nobody's ever done it around them. Can we get a how to use this tool by Dodger? It will not be helpful. It will not be helpful whatsoever. My friend has a metal bolt in his arm from crashing at Silverstone, so he works in a building and he makes that goddamn joke so much. Yo, I love it. Have you done any stuff with Octo recently? We definitely go out of our way to make time to chat with each other fairly often, which is really nice. But like project stuff, no, we haven't done anything together in a while. Goofing with tools, that's the channel. I remember a while back I was like, I think I'm just gonna rebrand Press Heart into more of like a lifestyle channel, right? I was like, if all that's going on there is like Vlogmas and then, you know, cooking shit and whatever, then like it's not a gaming channel anymore, right? It's a lifestyle channel. I love imagining people who are still for some reason subscribed to youtube.com/pressheart2continue. Seeing a new video drop in the inbox after 2 years of radio silence. Being like, what's this? Dodger explains what stud finders are. And that's it. That's the title. Like, all right. The content I crave. VODs get uploaded to Dexterity Bonus, the old Coffee Time channel. Press Heart to Continue hasn't had a new video on it in about 2 years. More than 2 years. More than 2 years now. It's not the content we need, but it's the content we deserve. Post a video with the stud joke and then go radio silent for 2 years again. Yeah. That'll go over really well, I think. I think people would love that. Was Swords and Stitches or whatever the DIY one? Yes. That wasn't on Dexbonus, it was on Press Heart. But all of the DIY projects were like gaming or anime themed. Prince of the Universe, that was a good joke with a good payoff. Interesting. So my Twitch representative said that the system registered that I ran an ad, but not necessarily that anybody watched it. So he was like, "I'll look into it. It might just be because it's the time of year, like some of you were saying. It might just be that it's the time of year when there are less ads. But if no one saw one, then it's worth like double checking." So. Twitch could also just be kind of on the fritz at the moment. That's also true. Run an ad. Okay. Marskew wants us to run an ad, so here we go. Da 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 da. Da 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 Yeah, no one saw that. I got 0 bits out of that multiplayer ad. So now we know. Marskew, thank you for redeeming an ad. Look, either way, y'all got to stare at me while I tried to sing Girl from Ipanema again. So...
I'm making a note here. Huge success.
Oh my God. I was going to do a cover of that song. That was like early on in my YouTube life. I was like, I want to do a cover of this song really bad. And I never did it. It is. They're so good. Both of the GLaDOS songs are great.
For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no use crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake.
It's a great song. Can you do a cover of Megalovania? Yeah, sure. I'll crush it. You just watch. I know, I would love a new Portal game. There. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh gosh, I should certainly hope that Megalovania isn't something that can get you DMCA because we're all fucked then. I am wearing makeup. Wild shit. I bought eyeliner for the first time in a very long time. Twitch would burn if Megalovania was DMCA. Dude, seriously, like, there's so many covers of it. If Undertale music isn't safe, what is? Thank you for the lipstick recommendations. It's awesome. You're welcome. Yeah. It's my favorite lipstick. My mom asks if you have bought your current house. Hi, Mom. We have not. We're still renting. Our plan is to put all of our like extra money that we get from signing with Twitch to every month put all of that money into a savings account for a future home. So that's the plan. Smart. Would you potentially buy this house? I adore this house. I really love it. It is not a comfortable house for my husband, who is a big man. He feels a little claustrophobic in some areas of the house. So in the ideal world of being able to find a home that is perfect for both of us, which I think does exist, I don't think that we would buy this home unless there was like a drastic change for whatever reason. We really like the house and the homeowners are amazing, like so sweet, and our neighbors are so sweet. So we're in a very good position, and like emotionally it's very nice here. And again, I really like the house. It's like the perfect blend of like modern upgrades to a really old farmhouse. But yeah. Yeah, I think like higher ceilings, wider halls. Honestly, like in my perfect scenario, because I know people do this, I would love to buy a house that like has nice high ceilings in it and then just rip all the walls out and then pay somebody to just like put walls in where we want. Because unfortunately in the United Kingdom, or at least like in England, it seems like a lot of houses that are older, which is what I like, right? I like the like older charm to some of these like farmhouses and things. It's just like narrow hallways, like really narrow hallways, and that's the stuff that's rough for Sam because he's just like a broad dude, you know. So if we could like get a house, even if it's like a piece of shit, and then be like, hey, you person who specializes in homes, put walls in places that make more sense for us as a family. What's your favorite way to prepare coffee? If I just want like black coffee like this, French press is my fave. What's friendship jail? Like in the redemption list, it is putting chat in emote only mode. Old houses can be a bitch to keep clean. Well, we haven't had that issue with this house so far. It's much easier to keep this house clean for me because our last house was huge, way too big for us. And again, Sam really liked how much space there was, right? But there were like too many rooms. There was lots of dead space. There was just like so much area to clean that we didn't even use for anything, and it drove us crazy. So the openness of that house downsized into a smaller home would be amazing. And I know that that's like a big ask because smaller home means like less space to work with in terms of like putting everything that you want in it. But, you know, we want a place to sleep. We want Clark to have a place to sleep. We want my family to have a place to sleep when they visit. And then we both need a place to work. So when we were originally looking at houses, when we thought that we would be able to get a mortgage, which unfortunately we weren't able to do yet because we hadn't lived in the country for long enough, we kept looking at places that had like a cool barn attached. Like, here's the house and then here's the barn. And we were like, cool, we can chop the barn in half, right? And like have two offices in the barn, and the barn's like a workplace instead. That sort of thing would be totally fine with us. But yeah. That was super short. Look, I can make it longer. Talking about emote only mode. Yeah, I can make it longer. It was 5 minutes. I lowered it to 1 because 5 minutes felt way too long. So decided to make it like really short. I can make it 2 minutes. I can make it 3 minutes. I can make it an hour. To be fair, the last Omori stream was like might as well have just been emote only mode. We were emote only for what, 2 hours, 3 hours, it felt like. No, I typically don't wear earrings because when I start playing the game, I put on headphones and I can't wear earrings with the headphones. But tonight I was like, I kind of want to wear earrings. And then I thought, if I'm doing just chatting at the start anyway, I don't know why I wouldn't just wear earrings. Here's the hilarious thing is it's 30 minutes to midnight. So like we fucking know I'm not playing any games tonight. You know, this is a just chatting stream now. But yeah, I think if I want to wear earrings, I think I should just wear them because every stream I start off not wearing headphones anyway, so. The game train has passed. Yeah, and the title doesn't make any sense anymore. So, there's that. I like the earrings. I love earrings. I go back and forth on necklaces. It really depends for a necklace. The like 90s choker, I don't know where it went. My daughter took it and did something with it, and now it's in the ether. But I was wearing that quite a bit for a while there. But like I've never been like a super big necklace person. And I definitely 100%, I was talking about, this is sketchy. I 100% had like the long phase of wearing as many bracelets as possible. Definitely did that. Some of y'all will remember me doing that. Now it's like, maybe I wear one. I probably don't wear any. Are you ever worried about your ear holes closing? No, even when I haven't worn earrings for months and months and months, they don't close. Fortunately. But I've talked about this before, and it can make people be like, ooh, so just bear in mind. But my ears have been re-pierced multiple times because they kept getting really infected. My skin is like really sensitive. And so sometimes it's difficult to find the correct hole. And that sucks. I let like 12 of my piercings close up in 2020. No, I'm scared to take this out because I've thought before, like maybe I'll get a hoop here instead of just a stud. But I've had friends who have been like, don't take it out. Just don't take it out. They start closing up so quick. So I haven't ever taken it out. Oh, good night, Rikia. Yeah, well, like this one took forever to heal up, which is normal apparently. But it took so long for it to heal that now that it's been such a long period of time with like no problems, I'm like, how many piercings do you have? Just 3. 1, 2, 3. I want more ear piercings really bad because as an adult, I finally love my ears. But they take so long to heal that I got this one done and I was like, I'm not getting any more until that one's completely healed, which took a very long time, like over a year for it to like not get even a little bit infected occasionally. So if I spend even just one night without my piercings, those bastards will be closed by the next morning. Yeah, what's that about? I have very small ears. Having another piercing would be odd, I think. Oh my gosh. When I was growing up, I was so envious of my friends who had tiny ears. I wanted small ears so badly. And I think looking at them as an adult, I don't think that my ears are that big. But, you know, you just like, if you get teased about it at all as a kid, you internalize that shit so much. So I like spent my entire childhood just convinced that my ears were gigantic and that they stuck out like crazy. So I would always keep them covered. And now I like them. I like them a lot. So that's great. Shit gets better. But now I'm like, oh, I want to have more piercings in them. What kind of designs do you prefer for earrings? I think studs are like my favorite. Studs are my favorite for all of it. I don't have like plain studs for just my normal holes, which I think I should. I feel like I should get basically the equivalent of this, but for these, and generally just leave them in because, again, I normally don't have anything in them. And even though they don't close up, it still makes it so that it's difficult to like put the earrings in later, you know? So if I got like a couple really good quality studs that I could just put in and just like leave them all the time, I would probably do that. Do you have any geeky earrings? My ear hole's closed. I would love some Kingdom Hearts key earrings. Oh, that's cute. I used to have a ton. I had I still have some orange D20 earrings. Orange is my favorite color, so I always gravitate toward it if I have a choice. I have some orange D20 earrings, but the metal that they're made out of like really hurts me, really hurts my skin, so I never wear them. I have some really cute Pikachu ones that Thierry got me for my birthday one year. But those also hurt sometimes, so it sucks. It just depends. Oh, I just cleaned out the games collection a little bit and I got to hold the 2DS that you signed for my wife and I at PAX 2015 or 2016. And man, the feels, what a great memory. Oh, that's so awesome. Are they the what face Pikachu? Oh my God, they should be. I should make earrings like that. I should make those earrings. That's such a good idea. Swords and Stitches returning. Well, I mean that's the idea of study hall is to do craft projects. Why they gotta be fussy like that? Piercings like Happily Erin has her belly button pierced and has since like high school, I think. Um and she and everybody else that I know who ever got a belly button piercing for years would wrestle with it getting infected, even if they're not like really allergic to anything. Even if they're when they got their ears pierced, their ears were totally fine. For whatever reason, like belly button piercings are just like a nightmare for people. Study hall is such a good idea. It's really fun. It's a really fun stream to do because I always have like half done projects like all over the place or like things that I want to be doing and I just don't take the time. So making it so that there's a set stream that's like choose one, just work on it, right? Even if you don't get that far. It's nice. Yeah, it's really nice to have that like built into the week. I want to more consistently do them. Yeah, I think it's because they're rubbing against clothes and like, you know, they're not like out in the open and I don't know. Hanging your pictures, I can't do that. My kid's asleep. They said hang your pictures as a study hall, but I wouldn't be able to do that cuz it's the wall that I share with my kid. It's the middle of the night. I have wanted to try painting minis. Yeah. What I'm more interested in though is terrain. I really want to learn how to do terrain. That sounds way more fun to me. Does Clark ever get woken up by Sam's screams? No. No. Our old place, like the first place that we moved into when we came to England, Sam's office was basically right above Clark. And I would always get so annoyed because he would be in his office like screaming his head off, and I'd be like, oh, he's definitely going to wake up Clark. It became like her white noise. Like you could hear Sam clear as day in her room while she was sleeping, and she would sleep right through it. She never woke up. Which I think is why even like in the rare moments when I like get a little bit louder in here, she doesn't wake up when I'm doing night streams. Because I think she's just so used to sleeping with voices in the background, which is very sweet. So also, the last 2 days we've done quiet or alone time instead of nap time, and it's gone amazing. It's gone really, really well. Bring like a couple of toys into her room and set them up together. And then I've been like reiterating to her, like, you get to choose. You can play or you can nap. It's totally up to you. I'll have the windows open, so there's lots of light in here. And it's totally up to you. You can play a little bit, and if you get sleepy, you can take a nap. It's, it's whatever. And then I'll come in a little bit, and then your alone time will be done. And both days, it's been great. She's played like a little bit, and then she's just napped. And then she's climbed into bed and napped both days. It's great. I'm so glad, because I think maybe like trying to do this again, because I tried to do this a while back and it didn't work out. But I think trying to do this again has really been good now because, what am I trying to say? Because like she's at a point where some days she wants to nap and some days she doesn't. So the nap is still like on the table. It's still an option. But if we like normalize the idea of like, either way, you have some time that's like alone time where you're just by yourself chilling. It'll make it a lot easier once it's transitioned into she doesn't want to nap anymore, but she'll still have the same block of time, How long do you give her? If she's tired, she naps for 2 hours. But also, she's a Sam. She'll sleep forever. We have to wake her up. Literally, like, she'll just keep sleeping. Which you might think is like a dream with a toddler, but like, if you let her sleep as long as she wants to sleep or until she wakes up, she will not go to bed on time very easily. She'll just stay awake in there, like talking to herself forever. So yeah, like having a 2-hour chunk of time that's like, you can either play during this time or you can sleep. Either way, once 3 o'clock hits, our day continues, whatever that means for us. So. But yeah, I'm really glad. Last couple of days, it's been super chill. And because she's really good at communicating, she's like admitted to me that she doesn't really know what to do with herself. I'm forgetting how exactly she put it, but it was obvious that what she was trying to like say to me was that she's not really sure what to do when she's by herself, which I think is fine, right? 'Cause one of the big points of this is to like help her be fine with just playing by herself and like, entertaining herself, so to speak, and having some quiet time. But yeah, Because today I was like, she was like, Mom, I'm just going to take a nap. And I was like, okay, you don't have to. You can play. And she was like, I want to play, but can you stay? And I was like, no, because that's the whole point is that I leave, right? I leave and then it's just you and you get your time by yourself. And the way that she responded was like, but I don't know what to do when I'm alone, you know? I got inspired and I got 2 volumes of Vinland Saga. I'm excited to read them. Yes. I have to rebuy Vinland Saga. I only have the first one. I have to rebuy all the other volumes. It's a nightmare. But also, I'm kind of delighted that I don't have them right now because there's no fucking space on this shelf. I need more shelf space, so. I just finished volume 5. Oh, it's so good, man. It's so good. I want a season 2 so bad. One day. I should go to sleep, but I want to stay in the stream. Well, to be fair, we're probably not going to stream that much longer. It's nearly midnight for me. Is that a pig on your mug? It is. This is one of my oldest mugs. Isn't that weird? I love it. What a fucking weird mug. It survived the purge. It did. It did. This is one of my really old thrift store mugs. So in the UK, there's an app that's like their version of Poshmark, basically, called Vinted. So both Poshmark and Vinted are like clothing rehoming apps. Right? It's like the equivalent of like going to a Goodwill and looking through a bunch of used clothes. But people put up their own clothes and then you can buy them from them. And that's where I got that. If you watched Godforged last night, that's where I got that orange or that like mustardy colored sweater that I was wearing last night, which I love. I love that sweater so much. So I keep trolling through there looking for like weird blouses and stuff. I really want to go through all of my clothes and be like, okay, I want to do the time limit thing. What's something that I've had but have not bothered to wear since I moved to England? If I haven't bothered to wear it, then I should give it away or... But yeah, people got some weird clothes on there. But I tweeted being like, man, some of the people on these apps pose really funny because, not to be lewd, there was one specific person who in every single one of her photos was trying to sell a shirt and in every picture was going like this. And I was like, ma'am, I'm trying to see the shirt. Can't see it past your hannies, you goofball. It was so weird. It was so weird. I was like, why? Are all of your shirts slightly see-through and this is the only way around it that you can figure out? I don't understand. I don't get it. Are thrift store apps a thing? Yeah. If you're in America, Poshmark is huge. Poshmark is like, basically, like, a lot of people will find clothes, like brand name clothes at like a Goodwill or a rummage sale or something, and then resell it on Poshmark for like a higher price because it's a brand name, right? So it's a good place to find brand name stuff that's used, so it's cheaper. But you can also just find like non-brand name stuff. My big black boots that I love, my Doc Martens, I got off of Poshmark, I think. Yeah. And they were relatively cheap compared to how much they would have been new. And I've worn the shit out of them, so they've paid for themselves in my life for sure. But yeah, the like UK equivalent that I found, because I was like, I wonder if they have Poshmark here, and they don't really, but there's an app called Vinted that is the same sort of thing, and they're mostly just clothing apps. Secondhand shoes sound weird to me. Why? Shoes are the one thing I don't buy used? What? I've bought many used shoes and worn the shit out of them. Because feet are things. I guess if you hate feet, you might have like a mental barrier. I don't see the difference between putting on a shoe that someone's stinky foot has been in and buying a shirt that somebody's stinky armpit has been on. I don't mentally see the difference in terms of like filth of bodies. You can wash a shirt. You can wash shoes. You can clean shoes, guys. Anyway, I love used shoes. I've bought the shit out of used shoes. I love them. Shoes tend to be expensive. Shoes tend to be really expensive. So if you can find a shoe where you're like, hot damn, that's normally a few $100, but I can get it for like 30 or 40, I'm in. Totally. I have no problem with that. Depop is another UK site that you could use. Oh yeah, I've seen Depop before as well. Anyway, look, whatever it is you feel comfy buying thrifted or not buying thrifted, I have been to many a thrift store in my life and found many a gem at thrift stores of various shapes and sizes. This guy, for example. But yeah, it was such a find. This sweater, it was such a find. It showed up and I put it on and I was like, Sam, cute sweater, right? And he was like, where did you get that? That's very cute on you. I was like, thank you. I got it secondhand on an app. And he was like, damn, it looks really cute. And then my mom on the phone with me today was like, where did you get that? My mom watched Godforged, by the way. She's never watched a D&D show before. And she was like, yeah, I thought that I'd just try it. So I watched the Godforged VOD. And I was like, oh my gosh, how did you feel about it? And she was like, it's very cute. I liked it. It was really cute. But she was like, also that sweater you were wearing was so cute on you. I was like, thank you. Yeah, a long time ago I explained to my mom like what D&D was, and she was like, "Oh, I think that that's really cool that like that you guys are really into something that isn't like screen related." Obviously, currently all of the D&D shows and things that I'm involved in that are TTRPG related happen on the computer, so it's still screens, but at the time all of the games that I was playing were like pen and paper at a table with people. And she was like, that's so cool that like that you're all like really into something that's like basically purely imagination based. Like that's so awesome as adults. Which I agree is super awesome as adults. So it was really fun that she was like, yeah, I watched it. D&D is basically theater. Absolutely. But as we've said before, like I think people, especially because like D&D shows have gotten so big and popular, there some like newer players and newer DMs feel such a pressure to like perform to an extent that they might not necessarily feel comfortable with right away, and maybe will never feel comfortable with. And you don't have to like fully commit to like being the character in role play in order to enjoy D&D and be a lovely player and have fun with it. So right, yeah. Not everybody is a voice actor. Oddly enough. It's just a little bit of water left. I was talking about this a while back, but when I first started listening to Dungeons and Daddies, which is a D&D podcast that is hilarious and I adore it. When I first started listening to Dungeons and Daddies, it occurred to me, like I realized at a certain point, you know what? The DM doesn't do like a whole lot of like voices, right? But it's still so fun to listen to and it's so funny and the characters are still great. But like he doesn't do a lot of like voices. He does like affectations of his own voice. The times that he like really changes his voice are so rare, and it doesn't take away from it at all. It's still so fun and really great, and the characters are still super fun, like the NPCs that he plays. So yeah, I don't think people need to be hard pressed to be coming up with like, I need to make sure that every NPC has a totally different voice and really stands out and blah 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 blah. Have you and Sam been in an Arcadum game together? No, we have not.
No, our characters are in different campaigns.
Well, my character is currently on hiatus. My character's in the wind. Can you tell us the premise of Dungeons and Daddies? I can. Yeah, but Godforged isn't an Arcadum game. I can. Dungeons and Daddies is a podcast, a real play podcast, which is a term that is used for if during the show or podcast the people involved are actively like playing a game. So it's a real play podcast where they are playing D&D, and and basically all of the players are different archetypes of modern day dads. So there's the like stay-at-home sports dad, there's the super hippie Birkenstock dad, there's the like ex rock star like no rules dad, right? All of these sorts of things. So all of the players are different dad archetypes basically. And the concept is that that they wake up one day and all of their kids are supposed to be participating in a baseball game, a football game. I can't remember. But they all wind up in a van together. They're carpooling to the game. And something happens, and they are isekai'd into a fantasy world, and their kids are missing. And they all have to find their kids. And that's the story. And it's so funny. It's so good. It's just like a wonderful podcast that every single episode makes me laugh. Where can I find this? Wherever you listen and enjoy podcasts. I use an app called Pocket Cast that was recommended to me by chat. But yeah, it's on every podcast app pretty much. It's great. Highly recommend. It's so funny. Freddie Wong is one of the players and is also the editor of it. So he like works in all kinds of like sound design sort of stuff that's really effective, and it's great. Dungeons and Daddies, isn't it? Freddie Wong of Rocket Jump fame. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that he edits it as well as like adds in the sound design stuff. I think he does all of that. Yeah. I'm doing a night stream currently that accidentally just became a chit chat stream because I never know when to shut up. But I canceled my normal stream, so I swapped it to an evening stream because Sam stayed up all night and then was on hold for a couple of hours trying to set up a dental appointment that we were really hoping would be today, but is going to be tomorrow instead. So depending on what time his appointment is at and how quickly it goes, I might be changing my stream tomorrow as well. So we'll see about that, or just canceling my afternoon stream. Yeah, I wasn't gonna start streaming and be like, cool, so you get like 2 hours of sleep and then watch our kid because I'm gonna be working. So Sam's filling fell out, and so he's got a huge hole in one of his teeth right now that is very uncomfortable for him. So he's trying to get like an emergency filling done, basically. Yeah, tomorrow's super cousin time in the evening. That's what I mean. So I there's nowhere to push it to. He can eat, yes. He can eat on the other side of his mouth. A longer super cousin time? I don't think that can happen either. But we'll see. I don't know. Ugh. Sorry. Somebody in chat said, has he tried using it as a secret hidey hole? And it's like exposed nerves in there. The idea of like trying to put stuff in the hole in your tooth like makes my whole body become a butthole and just cringe. Full body pucker just happened. I don't like that. I don't like it. What a way with words. Thank you. I'm a wordstress. That's what they call me on the streets. I'm glad the Oregonian is still there. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Oh, I had all 4 wisdom teeth removed 2 days before Christmas. This was years ago, and I looked like a chipmunk. My poor 4-year-old cousin was horrified. I also had all 4 wisdom teeth removed at the same time. I ate nothing but Jell-O for like days. Would you say you have an Oregon accent? No. I think that I have primarily a like Pacific Northwest accent, but I think it got adjusted by living in Los Angeles for a while. I think I got some like valley affectations, and since moving here, the I always forget the word, but the way that I say sentences has shifted depending on who I'm talking to. So I sound completely different when I talk to my kid. Yeah, the inflections of my sentences, that's the word. The inflections of my sentences are very English when I'm talking to my child now, so. My kid has started saying thanks, which is so cute. I can't stand it. I was like, I don't want her to ever say thanks. I want her to say thanks forever. It's so fucking cute. It's very English. It's so funny. Thanks. I love it. Wait until she starts to call you mama? What do you mean? She calls me all forms of mother, except for mother. I swear to God, half of our conversations are, Mom, Mom, Mommy. It's literally, you know the Family Guy goof? The really fucking stupid one with Stewie just saying, Mom, Mom, Mommy, Mommy. It's literally that. That's my life right now. That's all she does. That's all she does is she walks around and goes, Mom, Mom, Mommy, Mama, Mom, Mommy. Like she just goes through every word that she knows for me. She just says them all. I'll be like, yes, honey. She also, every sentence has to start with one of those. So even if I'm looking right at her and we've been having a conversation, when she starts a new sentence, she'll go, Mom. So I keep trying to gently be like, honey, you don't always have to say mom at the start. If we're already talking, you already know that I'm listening, right? So you don't have to say it. And then there will be a pause and she'll go, Mom. I'm like, yes, darling. It's very cute. It's apparently very common, but I'm just like, oh my God. Does she do that to Sam? Not really. She does it a little bit. Sam always laughs about it. Sam laughs because if we're all in the same room, she will always be like, Mommy, come play with me. Mommy, let's do this. Mommy, let's do that. Mommy, 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 Mommy. And Sam's just like, you're her best friend. She just loves you. But since we've been like pointing it out to each other more, that like we can literally be in the same room and she'll always like laser focus on me, like, Mommy, let's play catch. Mommy, let's do a puzzle. Mommy, let's do this. Mommy, let's do that. If she starts doing that a bunch, I'll be like, you know what, honey, I'm actually gonna go do something else, but Daddy would love to play with you. And Sam of course is always like, yeah, I would love to. Can we build something? Can we do a puzzle? Like, can we hang out? But I feel like I have to leave. Or Sam will sometimes interject and be like, mommy's actually just sat down, so maybe you and I can do something. Maybe you and I can play, right? And she's always like, oh yeah, daddy, let's play. But she just laser focuses on me, and he's like, she just loves you. She just like wants to hang out with you all the time. You're her best friend in the whole world. Which is very cute. But I was saying to my mom, since we started pointing it out when it happens, I do not feel bad when I'm like, I'm going to go do something else. I'm going to go just stand in the kitchen, even if there's nothing to cook. I'm just going to walk away for a sec. Feeling a little cornered right now. I'm gonna T-pose for dominance at no one in another room. I did that to my mom once when I was 13, like an entire day of it. At the end, she set her purse on fire and ignored me because she was annoyed. And finally she said, "What?" And I screamed that her purse was on fire. Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. Guys. So we were playing pretend. And we were pretending that we were at the beach. She's really into pretend right now. So every few minutes she's like, "Mommy, let's play pretend that we're doing this. Let's play pretend that we're baking. Let's play pretend that we're driving to the supermarket. Let's, just daily stuff." But today she really wanted to go to the beach. So we played pretend that we drove. We got in a fake car. We drove to the beach. We got out. We set up our blanket. We did the whole thing, right? And it was so cute. Because I sat down on the blanket at the beach, and Clark goes, "Mommy, look, all my friends are here," and was pretending that she was holding her best friend at preschool's hand, and was like, "Look, I'm here with my best friend," and I was like, I felt so emotional, oh my God, Clark misses going to preschool so much. That she's just like, "Look, Mommy, my friends are all here." And my heart fucking broke in half. Oh, baby. I know, so pure. And keep in mind, again, because of COVID, I've never met these kids. I only know their names from Clark talking about them. So because we were playing pretend, it was kind of nice because in the past, if I asked about them, Clark would just not respond. But asking her to describe them, because she'd be like, "Look, it's Patrick," and I'd be like, "Oh, Patrick, what does Patrick look like?" And her trying to figure out, I think it's the first time she's ever been asked to describe what somebody looks like. So she thought about it so much. It was very cool. Probably gonna wrap up in a sec here. She's learning. She's learning. My son saw his preschool teacher bike by and said hi to him. His mind was blown. He hadn't seen her in over a month. It's like the extreme version of seeing your teacher at the grocery store and being like, oh my God, you exist outside of school. When does As Far as the Eye start? We're not playing As Far as the Eye because I'm going to bed in a second. We talked for too long, basically, is what happened. Yeah, it was a nice talk, right? I can't hand fart. I'm sorry. I tried. Okay. Raptor again said I would never say this, but Dukes is right. I can't even remember what we were talking about anymore, but that's fine. Archeon of Winter says, hello there, chat. Here's me again gushing about my friend's art. He finished the character I play in D&D with him, and it's so good. I love it so much. I tweeted it. I wanted to share the love for him in here, too. As a piece of friendly advice, always support and hype up art friends. They appreciate it more than you realize. Snowfall and Crow says, this community deserves a whole lot of love. This past year, I've been having a blast chatting with everyone more after mostly lurking for years. So, to chat, the mods, and Doogs, you're pretty neat. Thanks for being the best gang out there. Thank you. Gokshano says today's been one of those days where everything just fails. Thanks, chat, for keeping it light and making me laugh. Go be your 3 Michelin crumb toast years. Blue Flame Mage says, I would like to give this sub to Dooger, who has apparently gotten a boyfriend just now, according to YouTube. Congratulations. God damn it. Exivin says, a friendly reminder, the good thing about Monday is that we are the furthest away from another one that we can possibly be. That's true. And Barakato says, Big Valentine, to Dukes in chat, I've been a fan of yours since early coffee days. You've gotten me through high school and college. Love you loads. Chat, stay cool. Thank you so much. That's very sweet. We had a cheers, but I didn't do it, so I'm gonna give your points back. I'm sorry about that. Congrats on your boyfriend. Oh my God, thank you so much, guys. Alrighty, let's see. Oh, Jossum! Jossum was here! What on earth? Jossum is lovely. They gifted a sub. Thank you so much. OMG, a poo-poo laser. Thank you for the 2 years. Happy anniversary. Actual LD50. Thank you for the 44. Snarf for the 31. Benjamin the Western for the 13. Josh Colopy for the 6. Iris Laughter for the 47. Marlaki for the 80. Sevatiel for the 34. Chubby Penguin for the 21. Willard Mittens for the 49. Resnick for the 45. Fizzlebuds, thank you again for subscribing. Ace Trainer Chris for subscribing as well. Both of you, welcome to the Cat Gang. One Track Mind, thank you for the gifted subs. Sykes McKenzie for the 22. Panzer Lagwagon for the 28. Violent Pudding, thank you very much for subscribing. Barry Kato for the 4. May Berlin for the 29. Gerintium for the 35. Blue Flame Mage and Avi, thank you very much for the gifted subs. Super Shigi for the gifted subs. Panzer Lagwagon for the gifted subs. Tons of gifted subs today, thank you so much. Light Horizon, thank you for the 6 months. Sweatin' and Flexin' for the biddies. Offered Leak for the 40. Zachary for the 5. One Track Mind, more gifted subs. Thank you so much. Faybell for the 30. Koinu for the 2 years. Happy anniversary to you as well. Phil. Filthy Turtle, thank you for the 39. Elithrol for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Tetsu for the 21. Shanzad for the 7. Tiny2K for the gifted subs. One Track Mind for the gifted subs as well. All of you, thank you very much. Logan O'Connell for the 20. Incredible Cran for the 2. Eagle Fang for the 49. Cena Mester for the 38. Rogue Snorlax for the 30. Meggie for the 37. Restless Ghost, thank you for the raid. Cake is a made-up drug for the raid as well. Thank you guys. Drum for the 32. Chris Chaos for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. Udon Engineering for the 26. Konataizumi for the 11. PM Mulu for the 10. Cademan for the 4 years. Happy anniversary. Sammy for the 21. And Arnar for the gifted subs right at the end here. Thank you so much. Tons of gifted subs today. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Again, if you were gifted a sub, double check who it was. You can find there's a button. There's a button up there, and when you click it, it shows like shit that's happened to your account. But it'll say if somebody gifted you a sub and who they are. And you can take a sec and say thank you because it's very generous. Tana O'Neill has recommended that we raid Kelly, which I would love to do if she is still alive. So let's see. She is. And playing Ori and the Blind Forest. Tight. So, I'm going to go say hi to Kelly Siren. She's a VTuber, lovely friend. She's one of the players on Strange Roads, which again is on hiatus, but it lives on in our hearts. I'm gonna go to bed. That's my plan. Do a little bit of drawing and then go to bed. But tomorrow afternoon stream might be canceled, but we will for sure be doing Super Cousin time. So at the very least, I will see you at this exact same time, same time block for a stream playing Final Fantasy 14. So yeah. Otherwise, take care of yourselves, guys. Thank you so much for all the support and the love, and I'll see you when I see you. Okay. Bye bye.